So I'm super excited for today's topic because if you know Newton's law of motion, or some people call it Newton's law of inertia, a body in motion tends to stay in motion and a body at rest tends to stay at rest. And if you have ADHD, that's even more true. It's like times 100 basically. If you know, you know. So motivation for people with ADHD is super inconsistent. It's like when you have it, which you never know when that's going to be, you feel like you're like totally on fire, you're getting things done, you're on a hyper focus rampage, it's feeling really good. And when you don't have it, it's literally the opposite. You could just feel like a pile of garbage on the couch, and like literally all you can do is scroll through your phone or just sit there in overthinking and just feeling like crap about yourself. Especially when you worry that you're never going to find that feeling of motivation again. And like, let's face it, we all need to eat, we need to wear clothes, we need to find a way to make money. It's super important to get a hold of that feeling of motivation and be able to create that feeling of motivation, especially for us ADHDers. So how do you actually find that feeling of motivation, especially when you're in like a feeling of demand avoidance, or you absolutely don't feel like doing the thing, or you just feel like doing nothing? Like, you know that feeling. I'm sure I know that feeling very well. Today I want to share 5 quick and easy ways to create that feeling of motivation using EFT tapping. If you want to know like what the points are, I have a guide, a free tapping guide that you can download, and it's in the description box below. And the guide actually lives inside of my free community, Tapped Into It, where if you join, you can ask me questions. So let's go through these. Okay, so number 1 is actually just start tapping. So I'm gonna just do it now. You could just tap along with me right now. You just tap, like from wherever you are. You can choose all the points. Just do it with me now. Come on, just do it with me. You can choose any point. Like, you can do this from bed, the shower, anywhere in the bathroom. I love tapping in the shower. If you can't get motivated to take a shower, then just do it from wherever. You could start here. You don't even need to say any words. This is really easy. You just need to take your fingers and start tapping. And you'll see that like once you start doing this, either some words will come and you'll start to form some sentences and you'll just get motivated, because even this little action is getting you out of fight or flight. It's getting you out of that inertia, just like even this little movement. So just do this with me right now and see how you feel. Number 2 is something that is great for when you have demand avoidance. It's called refusal tapping. So that's where we can like really let our inner 2-year-old out and just basically have a tantrum while we're tapping. And it looks something like this. I don't want to do this. I am not doing this. There is no way I'm doing this. I'm not doing it. I am actually not doing this. I do not want to do this, and I am not going to do this, and nobody can make me do this. Nobody can make me do this. I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it, and nobody can make me. Just do that, and then you might start to see that some other things will start to come up, like, oh, but maybe I want to do it. And that brings me into the next technique. It is tapping on parts of yourself. So that's like when part of you just wants to like sit and do nothing, and then part of you does want to do the thing because you know it's going to feel so much better to have it done. And you know that your future self is going to like thank you for having done it, and your future self will regret not having that thing done. So this is what that looks like. So you could set it up here like this if you want. And I hope you're tapping along with all of these, because like I said, they really help. Okay. Even though part of me wants to do the thing, and just insert whatever the thing is, because it will feel really good. And the other part of me does not want to do it at all. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though part of me really, really wants to get that thing done, it would feel really good. And the other part of me has major resistance. I accept both parts of me and all of my feelings about it. Even though part of me really wants to be done with that, or get it started at least. And the other part of me is just saying no way. I deeply and completely accept both parts of me and all of the ways in which I protect myself. Part of me really wants to do it. It would feel so good. I would feel so proud of myself. I really, really want to do that thing. But the other part of me does not want to do it. It feels really hard. I just can't get moving. I just can't start. And that's okay. Because I don't actually have to do it. But part of me does want to do it. And that part of me that does want to do it is the higher part of me. And I wonder if I could just get started. If I could just spend 5 minutes. And then if the other part of me still really doesn't want to do it, I can stop. Okay, some people feel like they need to go through all the points, but I've just taken the pressure off of myself. So how does that feel? It's like really good to acknowledge that there are two parts of you. There is like that higher self that wants to do it, or like the part of you last night that made your to-do list for today that was like, yes, we really want to do this. And then there's the part of you today that's saying, oh no, not today. Don't want to do that today. So that tapping can really help just, acknowledge and honor both parts of yourself. So the next technique is also really good when you have cravings, but if you tell your brain, like, I'm tapping to do this thing or to not do this thing or to avoid this thing, your brain is not going to want to tap. There's that part of you that's in the fight or flight that's saying like, no, this doesn't feel safe to do this thing. I really don't want to do it. There's something that feels just wrong about it. There's something that feels really bad about it. So if you tell your brain, I'm going to tap so that I can do this thing, your brain is going to like override that and be like, no, we don't want to do that thing. So why would we tap in order to do that thing? Okay. So we want to tap to give ourselves the choice of whether or not we want to do the thing. So that would look something like this. I'm not going to do like a whole setup statement with this. You can, but I'm just going to go right into it. I don't really want to do that thing, but I want to have the choice. I don't want to listen to my fear. I want to be in charge of this. I don't want my fear to be in charge, because it's just a fear of how I'm going to feel while I'm doing it. And it's not even real. So I just want to be able to choose whether or not I do this thing. It doesn't matter what I choose. I just want to have the choice. And I don't want to let the fear be in charge. I don't want to let my ego to be in charge. I want to be in charge. So I'm allowing myself to have the choice over if I'm going to do this thing, when I'm going to do it, or if I'm not going to do it at all. I love having choices. I love feeling empowered. I love being in charge of my own actions. I love being able to create feelings. I love being able to shift my feelings. And I love being able to overcome these fears that are keeping me stuck. Okay, so take a deep breath and let it go. Okay. So yeah, now you have the choice, right? You've given yourself the choice. You're not saying, I have to do this thing. Because the more that you say, I have to do this thing, the more that you should all over yourself and the more resistance you're actually creating. Okay, so number 5 is really awesome. I actually really like this. It takes a couple more steps and you have to get out a piece of paper and a pen. So like maybe it's a good procrastination tool to like get out your journal or piece of paper. Okay, so you split the paper in half and on one side you write what I want. And on the other side you write what I don't want. And sometimes it's easier to fill out the what I don't want first. For me, it is, especially if I'm in like a state of procrastination or I'm having trouble finding motivation. If I'm just like in that lower state or in a resistant state, I have an easier time writing what I don't want. So it could be something like, I don't want to have a messy house. I don't want to be broke all the time. I don't want to be in a bad mood all the time. I don't want to be scrolling on my phone all the time. I don't want to like live in this place where I live. I don't want to be single anymore. I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to be married anymore. It could be any of those things. So you write on one side all the things that you don't want, okay? And on the other side, you look at those things and then you kind of write the opposite of what you do want. So let's just take the example of, I don't want a messy house. You would say, I want a clean house, okay? And then you write one action that will bring you closer to a clean house. Not a lot of actions, one action. So it could be like folding my clothes or doing the dishes. If it's related to money, like one action that will actually help you make money. So it could be like asking my boss for a promotion or opening up this income stream or whatever it is that could help you actually make money. And then just write the next step and then just go down the list and then just choose one thing that you're going to do. So how you might tap on this, like let's say you've written down your list, you've written down your action items, but you can't get into the action. So how you might tap with this would be like, I just can't get into this action. I really want to change this thing about my life, but I don't feel motivated to act. I don't want to act right now. Part of me doesn't want to act right now, but I want this thing. And I don't want to keep living without this thing. So how could I make it easier for me to act? How can I just start to take this action? Maybe it's just standing up right now. Maybe it's opening my computer. Even doing this tapping right now is taking action. It's taking action. It's taking action towards my dreams, towards what I want. And I am willing to take action to get what I want. Okay, so take a deep breath in and let it go. Okay, so those are the 5 tapping techniques. I would love to hear which one you found the most helpful. This video really, really aligns with the video. And I would really recommend watching this video, which is about how to get into flow state on command. I'll see you next time.